Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to the channel. My name is Tony. This is the 15-Minute Gamer and welcome to my impressions of 6 Days in Fallujah. This is a realistic first-person tactical shooter based on the true stories of Marines, soldiers and Iraqi civilians during the toughest urban battle since 1968. As always, these are just my impressions, giving you the good, the bad and the indifferent, and I try to be as honest as I can. Before we get into it, don't forget, if you enjoyed the video, drop it a like, comment below if you have anything to add, and most importantly, don't forget to subscribe for more content. Right, 6 Days in Fallujah is a super hardcore tactical shooter. It is out in early access now and will set you back almost $40 or £33. The game sets out to portray the historical significance and challenges regarding this battle, which is one of the main reasons this game took so long to come out. I think it was first announced 10, 15 years ago or something, as there was just loads of controversy at the time because of how close it was to the actual battle. I think first up to mention when reviewing this game, it is pretty early access. I would say almost a bit too early. I think it could have done with a bit more time cooking, and it's worthwhile noting if you get into it now, there are quite a few things missing and you should be aware of it. There is a roadmap there and a lot of the features are coming in the future. But before we get into that, I think we should talk about what's good about this game. This has to be just one of the most immersive feeling first-person shooters I've ever played. From the sound design to the atmosphere. Honestly, I've had more jump scares playing this than most other games combined. You cannot relax from the moment you enter the mission to the end. Danger lurks around every single corner. And because the way the game is paced, it has a sort of sluggish movement to it, which I believe is deliberate. You can't just run and gun, you have to play it tactical and smart. And I imagine in multiplayer, that communication has to just be on point. From watching many videos of co-op, this game looks way better in a team than a solo player, as it's just super hard because there's no friendly AI yet. So if you get downed, you're basically dead. So you will die often and there's no one to watch you back because enemies will just come up from every angle. If you are looking for a super hard game, this is it. I mean, I've died hundreds of times. In fact, most of my clips are just me dying. One of the most impressive things about this is the procedural architecture. So how it works is basically every time you load up a level, it will change the layout, the buildings, the building interiors, and enemy locations. So it really leaves you guessing where and when you're going to get killed from. I would love to see more FPS tactical shooters use this, as I think it really adds to replayability because you can't just memorize the map. The maps can change quite dramatically. And from what I've seen and from the layouts, everything fits together really well. There was nothing out of place or looked wrong. It all always looked pretty good. Graphics, I would say, are decent. I think they really convey the feel of a destroyed city, but there are nothing to write home about. And I think the UI could do with a lot of work, to be fair. However, it ran well. I didn't really see any slowdown or frame rate drops. The lighting's pretty good. And when you enter a building, it can go really dark. When you're outside trying to see into a building, you really can't see much. And I really like that. Your faint torchlight as well when you're inside the building really adds to the atmosphere as you're checking every single corner. But I would like to see a little bit more in terms of dust and effects in the air, when you walk and the lighting and stuff could be a little bit better. But on the whole, I would say graphically pretty decent. Animations are a little bit jank. When you heal and the bandages go through you, when you're vaulting, you can't stop the animation. Guns clip through walls and stairs and stuff like that. So I would like to see a little bit more there. There's also not a huge amount of destructibility. Doors and stuff and windows can be destroyed. I also quite like the way they've done the intro and the videos and they talk about the mission, how it all worked from the people who were there, and it gives it a real sense of realism rather than just a game. Now, moving on to the not so good. I know it's intentional, but as I said, the movement is sluggish. Running, reloading, time to aim, getting into cover. I mean, cover is critical in this game for healing and not getting shot. And I understand, obviously, it's not trying to be Call of Duty, but it feels really slow. I would like to see this improved ever so slightly just to make it a little bit more playable. Sometimes it feels like you're a little bit just on rails. A big issue for me as a solo player is no companion AI. I don't think the difficulty seems to scale being a solo player as well, which just makes it quite difficult, but not always in a fun way of just get good. It can just be quite frustrating, if I'm honest with you. The lack of customization here is just an issue for me. You can't customize anything from the marine, the guns, etc. I mean, I understand the game is based on history, so I didn't expect anything too crazy, not like Call of Duty or something. But at least let me choose a loadout. Like, as a solo, I have to start with the same weapon and loadout every single time. Why can't I use a heavy machine gun or sniper rifle or shotgun or something? I would really like to see, like, even on solo custom missions, like, I want to be able to control the AI density, difficulty, damage, etc. Like, I want to add more replayability to the game, and you can't even select the mission you're going on. So I think all that should really be added. At the end of the day, it's a game. A game's there. Yes, it might be trying to tell a story. Yes, it might be trying to be historically accurate, but it's a game. And these options should be there for those who want it. Controls are also a pain, like Shift F to kick the doors. Like, why not just hold F? Because normal F just opens the door. So surely just holding F down should do it. Also, F is to check for injuries as well as vault over something. I got shot and my character, instead of vaulting, was just like, oh, I'll just heal here. And then I got shot and died, which is just annoying. I think there should also be maybe be a weapon wheel to select weapon mods, like, change between flashlight, grenade launcher, etc. You also can't adjust the FOV. It's locked at like 70, which means it kind of looks like you're just looking through like binoculars or a letterbox all the time. It's weird, and it really impacts the verticality of the view. The enemy AI is just super aimbotty. They can spot you from anywhere and take you down. There's very few times where I felt like it was a fair fight. And I know this is what they've done to make it difficult, but that's not how difficulty works. It needs to be challenging, but you need to feel like you've been outplayed rather than just shot across the map or seen before you've even seen them. I never felt like I got the drop on them, even when sneaking. But then other times they would just shoot me in the head. Like, then sometimes they would just be standing there, or I've seen them whiz around the map or phase in or appear out of nowhere. And I don't think the AI should be easy. I don't think it should be too easy. This game should be hard, but I think it needs to be fairer. And I presume this is why the friendly AI isn't in here, because I just don't think it would work. The AI does need some improvements. There's also a bunch of bugs as well, from clipping, teleporting enemies, weird things going on, sound bugs, graphical glitches as well. So hopefully these all get ironed out. Overall, I just think $40 is a bit too much of a price for early access, especially this early access. There's not enough content to justify that price. 6 days, it has its qualities, it has its innovations. It's a game that I think has great potential, but at the moment, I can't really recommend it, especially for the price asked. If you want a really hardcore, tough FPS game, yes. And I think maybe in a year or so, it will become good and have all that content in for solo and multiplayer. And I think it'll be worth it. Add it to your wish list. If you're into tactical FPS games, if you really want to support the developer and getting there early, maybe pick it up. But I think $40 is just a bit too high. Anyway, guys, that's all I have to say. And I'll catch you all later. Goodbye.